Welcome to Rafiki's Tree Top Consulting Agency. Scar has asked for my help in analyzing the problem at Pride Rock, and come and let's have a look at it. Come. Pride Rock is a highly structured organization comprising various animals with different functions. Pride Rock's purpose is to ensure all animals live in harmony and work towards maintaining the circle of life. The organization is headed by Scar, who leads the animals by utilizing fear and intimidation to get them to bend to his will and desires. Other animals that play a role in Pride Rock are the hyenas, who are involved in Scar's evil plan to rule Pride Rock, the lionesses, who hunt for food, and the other animals that provide supporting services. With the ascension of Scar to the top of Pride Rock, the organization suffers gravely as he is interested in actions that serve only his interest. This, unfortunately, is not the only prevalent problem in the organization. Scar lies to the other animals, including Simba, Mufasa, and the lionesses. There is a lack of engagement of the other animals in decision-making, and also there is a problem with the high turnover of animals in the organization. This is demonstrated in this video I captured.
Simba, he let the hyenas take over the Pride Lands.
What?
Everything's destroyed. There's no food, no water. Simba, if you don't do something soon, everyone will starve.
I can't go back.
Why?
You wouldn't understand.
What wouldn't I understand?
Opportunities could be seen in Pride Rock despite these challenges. The lionesses maintain their pride and honor during these trying times. Nala also searches for help for her community, and Simba provides inspiration to rebuild the organization. As shown in my video.
I left to find help, and I found you. Don't you understand? You're our only hope.
The critical problem in the organization is the collapse of Pride Rock. The cause of this collapse is Scar's self-serving tactics. His selfish behavior leads to a lack of resources amongst the animals' basic needs, like food. Scar's selfishness also creates unfairness, which leads to a lack of motivation, and the animals subsequently leave Pride Rock. These causes ultimately lead to the collapse of Pride Rock. We will first analyze the problem with Scar's self-serving leadership skills by using the political frame. Scar cleverly forms a coalition with the hyenas by employing ingratiation tactics. He uses them as his pawns to intimidate the other animals into doing his will. He relies solely on coercive power and abusive behavior to run the organization, which creates a toxic work environment. As shown in my video.
If you were half the king Mufasa was, you
I'm 10 times the king Mufasa was.
Maslow's theories of needs can also be used to analyze the current challenge in Pride Rock. The basic needs of animals were only temporarily met, and once the resources were exhausted, there was a lack of motivation, self-esteem, security, and belonging amongst the animals. The Herzberg's two-factor theory describes the lack of motivation for the animals under Scar's rule. Firstly, there is no recognition for the work done by them. Next, there is no sense of achievement of the animals as all the activities have been directed towards satisfying only Scar's needs. Lastly, there is a clear lack of direction provided to the animals, which further decreases their motivation. As shown in my video.
Yes, Scar?
Where is your hunting party? They're not doing their job.
Scar, there is no food. The herds have moved on.
No, you're just not looking hard enough.
It's over. There is nothing left. We have only one choice. We must leave Pride Rock.
We're not going anywhere.
Then you have sentenced us to death.
Then so be it.
You can't do that.
I am the king. I can do whatever I want.
The hygiene factors, as described by Herzberg, only intensify the current problem in the organization, as Scar treats everyone as dispensable and doesn't respect them. The caging of Zazu symbolizes the current status of animals in Pride Rock under Scar's leadership.
Sir.
What? What did you say?
Nothing.
You know the law. Never ever mention that name in my presence. I am the king.
Yes, sire, you are the king. I only mentioned it to illustrate the differences in your royal managerial approaches.
There was also a poor relationship between the lionesses and the hyenas. There are 4 criteria to be met for the survival of Pride Rock. The ultimate criteria would be to have improved leadership from Scar. Secondly, Scar also needs to find a way to intrinsically motivate employees. Thirdly, basic needs of animals need to be met. Lastly, Scar needs to have a harmonious relationship with the rest of the animals. Scar.
Hi.
I have analyzed Pride Rock as you asked me to, and I have come up with 2 alternatives that can help solve the problems the organization is facing.
Alright, let's hear it, Rafiki.
Well, the first alternative requires you to build reference power and stop using coercive power to lead Pride Rock. This would build long-term commitments from the animals, as they would be more motivated to follow someone they look up to, likely a celebrity lion. Reference power would be the best type of power for you to practice in Pride Rock. The benefits of this alternative include the animals being inspired and committed to you as a leader. Wouldn't that be great, Scar? Consistently modeling this desired behavior can also lead to decreased counterproductive behavior. A few things to watch out for with this type of power include the difficulty for referent power to be adopted, as it takes time to build trust, especially in Pride Rock. The second alternative includes you taking up the task of managing the resources of Pride Rock more effectively, so the animals don't leave. Since you and the hyenas squandered all of the resources without replenishing them, you'll need to have a plan in place to be able to fully gauge the types and amount of resources Pride Rock needs in maintaining the circle of life. You would need to monitor the resources by conducting audits and counts of what is supplied versus what is needed. The upside of this alternative is that the physiological needs of the animals would be met, leading to an increase in their motivation. The downside, however, may be the hyenas experiencing decreased motivation since their rewards have been reduced. So, Scar, what option do you choose?
I don't know. I'm paying you as the consultant.
Calm down, Kitty. I think the first alternative is the best, and here's why. You need to build reference power by demonstrating to the other animals that you have their best interest at heart. You can begin by building a relationship with them and allowing them to build a relationship with each other as well. For example, you can do this by creating a community that is inclusive of all animals in Pride Rock. You, Scar, must be open to receive feedback from all the animals and desist from shutting them down when they provide suggestions for the problems that the organization is facing. What are your thoughts?
I never even thought about changing my leadership approach. But how do I do this?
Well, there are lots of things that need to be put in place. In the short term, you need to start going to anger management classes. Next, you must earn the trust of the animals by listening to them. Recognize and celebrate the achievements of the animals, such as when food is caught. Honestly, Scar, you need to treat the other animals nicely. You can start by freeing Zazu from his cage and utilizing him, as he has great knowledge in the leadership of Pride Rock. Looking at the solution on a long-term basis, implementing the short-term recommendations stated consistently enables you to build a firm power muscle, which will then become your new approach applied in your daily interactions with the other animals. Scar, I understand that change is hard and may be hesitant, but know that since you now have the interest of the organization at heart, you need to commit to this plan to ensure that Pride Rock gets back to its feet. Also, know that I'll always be here for guidance if you need it.
Okay, I am 10 times the leader Mufasa was, but I guess if I change my leadership style, I could be 20 times as the leader he was. Thank you, Rafiki.
Okay. Careful with the pause, Scar. Easy.
Alright, no worries.
No, Chloe, please start again.
Put your hair back. There you go.
Is that hair itchy?
Mufasa was. But if I change my leadership style,